Lewis Hamilton is one of those drivers who simply refuses to follow the script Formula One gives him. F1 hands him a midfield Ferrari in 2025, a car with the straight-line speed of a depressed vacuum cleaner, and Lewis just shrugs and says, "All right, I'll do it myself," before overtaking half the grid like he's grinding XP in an anime training montage. And that's the thing about Hamilton. You can strip away his wins, poles, championships, Mercedes glory, even his vegan protein shake collection, and what's left is something nobody can replicate: weapon-grade racecraft. Even in 2025, with Ferrari performing like they accidentally installed the rear wing backwards, Hamilton leads the entire grid in on-track overtakes. And if you're wondering how a 40-year-old man is still giving Gen Z drivers emotional damage every Sunday, well, before I explain that, subscribe, because my mental health depends entirely on numbers going up. Thank you for your cooperation in this scientific study. What makes Hamilton terrifying isn't just that he overtakes, it's how he overtakes. Other drivers go wheel to wheel and start screaming on the radio like they've seen a ghost. Lewis? He overtakes someone and then politely asks the engineers, "Tyre temp's okay," like he's checking if the oven is preheated. Even this year, when Ferrari created a car allergic to apexes, Hamilton remained a constant threat. Take Belgium 2025. Liam Lawson defends like his life insurance depends on it. Spa collectively holds its breath, and Lewis just slices through like warm butter with a heated katana. If your jaw dropped during that onboard, comment King Lewis right now, because that move deserves its own religion. Hamilton also has this habit of attempting overtakes that physics would classify as illegal. He sees a gap that doesn't exist and suddenly materializes it by braking 4 meters later than any licensed adult should. Remember when people said the Ferrari wasn't fast enough to attack? Lewis did not care. He simply decided reality would adapt to him. His tyre management remains one of the darkest arts in Formula One. Rivals slide around praying their rubber holds on. Lewis waits, baits them in, then launches an attack when they're weakest. He did it in Turkey, he did it in Silverstone, and in 2025 he's still doing it while driving a Ferrari that sometimes behaves like it's socially anxious in corners. Honestly, if you respect tyre whispering, like this video, because Hamilton is carrying the ancient tradition of tyre sorcery on his back. When it comes to ERS, Hamilton is a sniper. Most drivers deploy energy like panicked teenagers, hitting every button on a PS5 controller. Lewis? Controlled bursts, perfectly timed exits, microscopic throttle adjustments, deployment exactly where the rival least expects it. Even with Ferrari's 2025 hybrid system acting like it's running Windows XP, Hamilton still finds ways to attack cars that should outrun him. That's why engineers whisper things like, "We don't know how he did that," while pretending everything is normal. People who claim Hamilton only overtook well because he had a dominant Mercedes clearly need to revisit his entire career. He was dive-bombing legends before TikTok even existed. Alonso at Fuji, Raikkonen at Monza, Vettel everywhere, Rosberg in equal machinery, Verstappen in the early hybrid years. Hamilton has been violating personal space on track long before the kids complaining about washed drivers were even born. And now he's doing it in a Ferrari that sometimes understeers like it's avoiding conflict at family gatherings. In 2025, every Hamilton overtake feels like a flex. My car is suffering, but I refuse to. Drivers also fear Hamilton in their mirrors. There's a psychological element that never gets talked about. When Lewis shows up behind someone, they must choose A. Defend their position and risk humiliation, or B. Move aside and pretend it was to save tyres. Many choose B, because defending against Hamilton is like trying to block a meteor with a pool noodle. And honestly, comment your favourite Hamilton overtake, because the list is absurd, and I want to see if I missed any classics. Traffic is where Hamilton becomes a supernatural being. While other drivers panic behind backmarkers, Lewis studies the chaos like he's reading a textbook. 2 cars fight ahead. Hamilton identifies the invisible third line. 3 cars squeeze into a corner. Lewis appears as the 4th car out of nowhere. His spatial awareness and timing make traffic look choreographed. It's insane. Another underrated factor is Hamilton's memory bank. He remembers every battle with every driver. He knows who leaves the door open, who panics on the brakes, who defends late, who overcommits. When he fights a driver for the second or third time, he already knows how they'll react. That's why his overtakes look effortless. He's not guessing. He's recalling. He is the human version of a downloaded DLC pack of every driver's weaknesses. Let's address the elephant in the room. People calling Hamilton washed. Washed where? In Dubai spa water? Because if a washed driver is overtaking more cars in 2025 than the entire grid, then what exactly are the others? Persistent stains. Ferrari fans spent half the race screaming into pillows about strategy, and the other half cheering because Lewis just overtook 2 cars in a single straight, despite Ferrari's engine acting like it's on battery saver mode. Even the commentators can't hide it anymore. They go from Ferrari struggling with pace today to, oh my word, Hamilton sends it in the same lap. Hamilton's overtaking precision is ridiculous. He rarely damages his front wing. He doesn't force idiotic moves. He picks his moment with surgeon-level accuracy. Even when he looks aggressive, it's controlled aggression. Every centimetre is intentional, and that's why he's still pulling off moves in 2025 that younger drivers wouldn't dare attempt with a safety net and emotional support animal. Across eras, Hamilton has overtaken in everything. V8 cars, early hybrids, peak Mercedes domination, post-2021 chaos, and now Ferrari's 2025 redemption arc that currently feels more like a sitcom than a championship campaign. Nobody else spans this range. Nobody else has adapted to so many car concepts, tyre compounds, aero philosophies, and generations of rivals. And still, Lewis Hamilton is overtaking like he's trying to unlock a hidden boss fight. And that's why when people debate best overtaker, they miss the bigger picture. Ricciardo was great in his peak. Verstappen is incredible, Alonso is mythical, but Hamilton has done it across time, across eras, across machinery, across teammates, across rule changes, and now at age 40, he is carving through the 2025 grid like a man who refuses to acknowledge the concept of slowing down. So the next time someone tries to argue Lewis Hamilton is finished, show them Belgium 2025, show them his overtaking leaderboard, show them his onboards where he forces younger drivers into immediate, irreversible character development. Show them how he uses tyre management, ERS timing, race intelligence, and pure instinct to do things most drivers wouldn't attempt in a simulator. Show them that overtaking isn't about age, it's about courage, timing, experience, and artistry. And on that front, nobody, not Verstappen, not Alonso, not anyone, matches Lewis Hamilton. And before you go, like the video, comment something chaotic and subscribe, because if Lewis can still overtake cars at 40, the least you can do is help me overtake YouTubers with better microphones than me.